Excellent. Thank you all so much for joining this morning. My name is Mel. If we have not met before, there's a few of us that are just meeting for the first time. As far as our practice today and offerings that I like to offer is I want to make it very customized to you. So I like a lot of autonomy in people's practices. So if there is something that we're going towards and you like a slightly different variation, feel free to take it. If I suggest something that you don't like, you don't have to do it. I am not here to teach you from my ego. I am not telling you what to do. I want you to get the most out of your practice. So yes, I guide and I suggest, but take what you need from it, leave what you don't. When we're all ready, we're gonna get started lying flat on the back. Take some time just to settle in here. As you notice the body, find little wiggles, find some adjustments. Flop the feet from side to side. Take the hands to the belly, draw the shoulders slightly down the spine. Let the head hang heavy. Let the gaze soften or the eyes close. So you just start to notice the breath. Without changing it, without altering it, just see where it's been this morning. So we keep the hands on the belly. Feel the rise of the belly on the inhale. Expand everything large. As every exhale drops that belly down, think about completing the empty breath, completely exhausting the breath. Squeeze a little bit more out as you exhale. So you start to find the very top and bottom of every breath, inhaling to your fullest. And exhaling to your most complete. Taking time to get here, not only physically, but mentally, energetically. As you flush the body with breath, notice everywhere else the mind is trying to be. Dragging the feet up close to the glutes, planting the feet onto the mat. We're going to slightly lift the glutes just enough to tuck the tailbone, lower down the lumbar, one vertebrae at a time. Replanting that sacrum, drop the shoulders a little heavier, rock the head from side to side, find cactus arms. Wiggle out the jaw, move around the brow, maybe reach the arms up overhead if it feels good, maybe roll out the wrists. Taking some time to come into your body, full body stretch like we just woke up. Extend the legs long, point the toes, maybe arch the back, reach it tall, shift the hips up and down. As we then starfish out, arms up overhead and wide, legs out wide and long. Slow down the breath. Again, by making those inhales a little deeper. And the exhales a little slower. Coming into an Ujjayi Pranayama if it is in your practice. Starting by allowing every inhale to be the same length as the exhale. Building a rhythm with the breath, notice where you feel the body as you breathe. There may be those areas that are reacting to the fullness of the breath, the expansion of the ribs. See if you can drop a little of that tension every time you breathe out. Completing our Ujjayi Pranayama, we add that slight constriction in the back of the throat. Creating the sound of the ocean. Much like when we're outside, we check to see if we can see our breath when it's cold. We go, taking that in and out through the nose. Drawing the knees into the chest, bring the hands over the knees, give yourself a hug. Take the hands behind the knees if it feels better. Bring those knees in close to the ribs, but keep the head and shoulders heavy on the mat. Rock from side to side. Find some little circles if you're ready. And move intuitively. Switch directions if and when you need. Starting off with some kindness to ourselves, some love for ourselves. Giving yourself that hug, squeeze everything in, draw the chin to the knees, wind removing pose, give yourself that love. As we then slowly begin to rock back and forth on the spine until we come to a seated position. We can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rocks, whatever feels good. And as you come to that seated position, you may want to block under the glutes, you may want to blanket under the glutes. Coming into our Sukhasana, find your comfort. Find intuitive movement, rock back and forth, side to side. You can reach up and over. Roll out the wrists, wiggle the toes, maybe find seated cat and cows, reaching forward and backward. Roll out the neck, wiggle out the jaw. Just become aware of yourself here. There's no wrong way to do this. It's very valuable sometimes to not only listen to instruction, but listen to the instruction of your body. Grounding down in the legs, noticing the tilt of the pelvis. We rotate the pelvis forward. Make room for the lungs, nice long belly, shoulders draw down and back. Close the eyes, come back to your breath. Staying with that Ujjayi Pranayama, palms can face down to ground or flip up to receive. Stay with your even breath. Pairing movement with the breath, we're going to find neck circles. Take the chin down to the chest. Inhale as you roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale as you roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Stay with this dynamic breath. Start to go a little slower. See how slow you can physically allow yourself to breathe, to move. We're forever in a world of doing. Day to day, we have to do and get everything done. Here, the job is to just be. Stay with your breath. Stay with the circles. We're going to switch the breath, switch the circles. Inhaling as the right ear comes to the right shoulder. Exhaling as the left ear comes to the left shoulder, rotating that other way. Breathing into the neck, thanking the neck, understanding that this is not just physical tightness, but this is the weight of the world that rests on our shoulders. All of our responsibilities, everything we need to be for ourselves, for others, it all lives here. Breathing into the appreciation of all that you get done, all that you do. And then welcoming in everything you don't. Appreciating the rest you take. One more breath here. The bottom of that breath, lengthen in the neck. Neck as long as you can, crown to the ceiling. Inhale, gather the shoulders up to the ears. Fill the body with breath. On the exhale, sigh it out. Drop the body 2 more times. Inhale, bring the elbows with this time. Bring it up, fill the body with breath. Exhale, dump it out. Bring the wrists, limp hands. Inhale, T-Rex arms. Fill it all up, all that tension. Bring it in, then let it out. Spine is long. Pressing down into the knees, grounding down in the body. Find circles with the body. But trying to keep the spine long so the chin is off the chest, the crown is shining up. As if there were a light coming out of the crown of your head. Try to bring it in a circle. Think about bringing that energy up and around, less than down. Switch directions when you're ready. And you can take these very exaggerated. These circles could be very large. These circles could be small. Close the eyes and feel what your body needs. I like to close the eyes. It allows me to tune in. I'm not worried about what I'm looking like. I'm not worried about what other people are doing. I am here in my own experience. Evening yourself out for one more breath. So everything comes back into center. Palms onto the knees, spread the fingers wide, plant each finger down one at a time. Seated cat and cows. Inhale, press the chin forward, pull the body forward. Lift the heart and the chin up to the ceiling. Exhale, press the knees away, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale, cow, press it forward, open up. Exhale, seated cat, round and tuck. Two more. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Finding our center, legs come out wide seated fold. Check in with your pelvis here. If you get here and the pelvis is pulling back, you feel like you're pulling your body forward, I want you to bring a blanket or the block just under the glutes. I like a block because it really helps me rotate that pelvis forward to get more out of this. More into the hips, more openness in the belly, more room for the lungs. Offer support under the knees if the hamstrings are tight. Anchoring down in the sit bones, stack the spine, lengthen from behind the ears, tuck the elbows in, flip the palms up, Ujjayi breath. Staying with that even rhythm of breath. Like a metronome, we're gonna inhale and center, exhale, lean to the side, pressing into that opposite glute. Inhaling to center. Exhale to bring it over. Again, press into that opposite sit bone and allow yourself to flow. Close the eyes. Maybe you no longer pair it with the breath. Maybe you just feel it in the body. Intentionally pressing the opposite side down to the ground, starting to warm up these hips, saying good morning to these glutes. Finding a little fluidity in the spine, let the spine roll from side to side, maybe opening the side body as you come around. Trying to keep the shoulders and the hips on the same plane, breathing into the opening of the ribs. You can incorporate the arms as you come from side to side. Thanking the side body, thanking the ribs. Thanking the spine, staying with the breath. Give yourself one more full breath all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom, wherever you want to be here. So we begin to center. Inhale, both hands high up overhead. Drop the shoulders down the spine. Lengthen from behind the ears. Bring a nice big inhale. One more. Get a little taller. On the exhale, slowly surrender forward. We could take the hands down to the ground. We may just have the hands at shoulder distance, spine staying long here. If you want more, take more. Lean it forward, maybe forearms onto the blocks, maybe a headrest on the blocks, maybe full surrender. Rock it from side to side or settle into stillness. Spend 2 breaths here, slow and steady, however you'd like. Breaths all the way to the top. And respecting the exhaustion of the exhale, not leaving that old breath behind. In the very bottom of that exhale, allow the inhalation to roll you up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders stacked with hips, neck nice and long. One steady breath here. Right foot comes into the inside of the thigh, bend into that right knee. If that right hip is tight, please offer a block or the blanket under the right knee, as much or as little support if we need. Grounding down into the hips, maybe flexing that left foot if you want a little bit more. Spine stays long. Let's find circles. Grounding down into the legs, pair the movement with breath. Inhale as you lean forward and around. Exhale as you lean back and around. Notice if that slows down your movement. Allowing the movement to stay with the breath, not the breath to have to catch up with the movement. Switching direction, switch the breath. Inhale as you lean back and around. Exhale as you lean forward and around. Again, get as much or as little as you need here. You can really exaggerate these circles. It's not about how far we go, how much we move. It's about how deeply connected we get to be. On the bottom of your next breath, finding center. Neck nice and long, turning the shoulders to the left, chin in line with the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. On the exhale, reach forward. Reach, reach, reach as far as you can. Pin that right leg down. One more inhale, reach a little further, activate. Exhale, surrender. If this is very intense on the side, body, lower back, we can bring a blanket between the belly and the thighs. We can bring blocks under the third eye. If you want a little bit more, you could grab the foot. If the side body is asking, you can take the right hand to the outside of that foot. Start to peel that right shoulder up to the ceiling, wherever you are. Breathe. One more full breath. As the inhalation guides both hands up to the sky, draw the shoulders down the spine, everything to center. And as you exhale, twist to the right, left hand on top of the knee, right hand goes behind us. Inhale to get nice and tall. Exhale to twist, maybe take the gaze over the right shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, everything to center, hands come high. Exhale, lower the hands, switch the legs in your own time. Right leg sends long, left foot pulls in. Readdress yourself. So for me, my left hip is tight. I need the support on this side. Remember, the body's not going to surrender if it doesn't feel safe. Ground down in the glutes, lengthen in the spine. Find your circle. Inhale as you lean forward. Exhale as you guide back. Close the eyes to tune in. Take your awareness inward. Hear what your body has to say. When you're ready, switch direction, switch the breath. Inhale as you guide back and around. Exhale as you lean it forward and around. Taking one more expansive breath here. Letting it all out, completing that circle, then finding the center. Spine gets long first. Shoulders draw to the right, chin in line with the toes. Inhale, hands up and high. We're going to activate the core. Exhale, reach forward. So we're reaching over, hovering. One more inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, surrender. Ground that left leg down. Palms can flip up. Again, we can offer support. We can grab the foot. If you want more for that side body, again, take the left hand on the outside of the right foot, peeling that left armpit open. Wherever you are, just breathe. Sigh it out if you need. Sometimes you find a buildup of energy. It has to go somewhere. On the bottom of that breath, inhale, meet me in center with the hands high. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to the knee, left hand behind. Inhale to get nice and tall. Exhale to twist a little bit further. One full breath. Inhaling to your fullest. Exhaling to get the most out of this. Inhale, meet me in center with hands high. Exhale, slow release. As we cross the ankles, roll the body forward, tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Fingers spread wide, tuck the toes under. Move intuitively when you get here. Take a few breaths, rock the hips from side to side. Rock it back and forth if it feels good. Maybe letting the head hang heavy, you're intentionally lengthening the neck. Take what you need for one more breath. Customize your practice. Bottom of that breath, spread the fingers a little wider than you currently have them. Open up the hands with respect. Pressing down into the palms, pull the shoulder blades apart, get the neck nice and long. Inhale, cow, press the belly down, lift the chin up. Exhale, cat, let it out, tuck the tailbone, pull the ribs high. Inhale, cow, lengthen the throat. Exhale, cat, wring the lungs out. Inhale, cow, move the shoulder blades with it. Exhale, cat, get that tailbone involved. 3 more with your own breath. Really taking yourself to the edge of these cat and cows. Get as much as you want from it. As much as you notice the body needs. One final one. Meaning back into neutral. Neck stays nice and long. Let's wake up the wrist, back of the hand to the mat. Now we don't need to put weight on this. We can lightly press into it, wiggle the fingers. Thank these hands, thank these wrists. Switch hands when you're ready. Bringing in that blood flow, that awareness, most importantly, the gratitude. Returning the hands both to center, flip the wrist forward, fingertips as close to facing the knees as feels good. One hand at a time, maybe both. Rock it from side to side, back and forth. If this is a lot, take the hands closer to the knees. If you want more, lift the palm off of the mat. We have a lot to be grateful for with these hands. Thank each of the fingers. Think about all the joints, the bones, the connective tissue that make these work. All the way to the forearms. One more breath. When you're ready, sigh it out, shake out the hands. Maybe shake out the arms, shimmy out the shoulders. Notice if you started to hold the tension we usually hold in the hands up in the neck while we did that. Meeting back into center, fingers spread wide, roll out the ankles, scrunch and flex the feet. Thank these feet, love these feet, so much support and stability. Shake them out, then lightly paddle the tops of the feet on the mat. Get into that lymphatic system, wake things up. One more full breath, paddle as fast as feels good. And on the exhale, relax the feet, knees come out wide, toes come to touch. Inhale, press the heart forward. Exhale into your favorite variation of child's pose. As the arms extend wide, you can let the third eye rest on the mat. You could take an ear to the mat. You could find support under the belly, wherever you are. Sigh it out. Take your time to ground down. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. And see how much effort it really takes to just exist here. To not ask anything beyond that of your mind, of your body. How much effort does it take to just stay with the breath? Two more even rhythmic breaths here. Preparing the body for movement, walk the hands back, take the gaze up, tuck the toes under, tail goes high, down dog. No rush to get here, and when you do arrive, find intuitive movement. Paddle deep, bend deep into one knee, straighten the other leg. You can shift the side body long. You can take the gaze under the armpit. You can shift the weight between the hands. There's a lot of options here. Movement or stillness. 2 more breaths.
Which direction are our arms creases supposed to point?
I think it's more of a preference of how it feels. I don't think there's rules for different people's bodies. Because I've had people say front of that crease of the arm should face forward because they want the shoulders apart. That doesn't feel good in my body. It feels good with my bones stacked and my core lifting the tail high, but follow your breath. Part of our yoga practice is trusting the body. As we come high on the toes, walk the feet halfway up to the center of the mat. Feet at hip distance, maybe a little wider, bend generously into the knees. Inhale, find just a little length in the neck. Exhale, forward fold. Now, if this feels very intense, we're ragdoll folding here. So we can take blocks under the hands, support yourself. Being upside down isn't always easy, but it's valuable. Find deep, expressive breaths. Be dramatic here. If you want more weight to help gravity decompress the spine, reach for opposite elbows. Again, if you want less, take blocks under the hands. If you want to open the heart, you can interlace the fingers behind the back. Fist can pull up to the ceiling or rest heavy. Shake the head loose, wiggle out the jaw, soften the brow. Sigh it out. Can't express enough how much the breath does the work here. The more you can let go of the breath, release, the more the body will relax. 2 more of your most dramatic breaths. One more. Do it with me. On the bottom of that breath, inhale, slowly rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Letting the head come up last. Big deep breaths when you get here. Move intuitively. That means get the body stacked again, however feels good. Sometimes my neck needs a little love. Sometimes those hips need to move. If I feel really heavy or sticky, crunchy today, shake out the arms, kick out the legs. Shake off the other energy that we had stuck on us. Coming into center, feet into center. Ball mounts of the feet could touch. You could be at hip distance apart. Maybe there's a place in between you love. Hands to heart, center. Draw the shoulders down and back. Close the eyes and breathe. Coming back to the Ujjayi Pranayama. Even inhales and exhales. I want you to hear your breath, feel your breath. Starting to bring awareness to the body. You can take as much or as little as you'd like from this. Lift all of the toes, fan them out wide. If you like that engagement, that padabana in the feet, keep it. If you want something different, plant each toe down 1 at a time. We're just bringing awareness. Slight lift into the kneecaps. Gently start to squeeze the glutes to steady the pelvis. Finding our core strength. So we are not sucking in here. We're not becoming small, we're becoming strong. Engage the core. Think about lifting it up behind the rib cage. So we're engaging the core upward. That is our Uddiyana Bandha. As the shoulders pull back, let them pull down. Pull those shoulder blades actively to touch. Lengthen up from behind the ears. Find that tuck to the chin. Set your intention for your flow today. Release the hands to the side, shine the palms forward, spread the fingers wide. Think about taking up space. Inhale, mountain, up and wide. Palms face one another, draw the shoulders down the back, lengthen up from behind the ears, keep the core strong. 1 more inhale. On the exhale, goalpost the arms, lift the heart up to the sky, micro back bend. Inhale, mountain, hands go high. Exhale, forward fold, chin off the chest, slow lower. You could swan dive down, you could have the hands to heart center. Think about making yourself small here. Fingertips come back towards in line with the toes, bend into the knees. Draw the third eye into the navel, sigh it out completely. Inhale, halfway lift, press the shins away, pull the shoulder blades together, lengthen from behind the ears. Let the glutes do the lifting. 1 more inhale here, long, long spine. Exhale, fold, let that go. Inhale, half lift, lengthen up. Exhale, plant the fingertips on the mat or bring the block in front of us as we wiggle the feet out wide, preparing for our Malasana, our yogi squat. Toes out wider than the heels. I need my heels wider than the hips. I got a lot of meat there. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, Malasana. Rock it back and forth. Take your time to get here. No rush. Now, if this is very intense, you can bring the block directly under here. It could be on the high side, and find that place where you can just bring your sit bones to it. Just a little bit of help. Trust your body that you can do it. If this is extremely uncomfortable, you try to take the feet out wider. If this still is not the business, the heels don't want to meet, you can always bring the blanket under the heels. Pick what feels best for you. Finding your center. Lengthening up. One more breath here. On the exhale, plant the fingertips. Take the tail high. Use the secondary muscles of the feet. Heel toe the feet in. Excellent. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to flow. Inhale, mountain. Sweep the arms up and wide. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Chin off the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward, be intentional. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, find your center. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift, stay with your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, breath comes in, hands come high. Exhale, micro back bend, open the heart. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, find your center. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high. Heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Hyper focus on your breath. Doesn't have to be with my cues. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the fingers, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Maybe you want the fingertips to stay on the mat, but inhale to find that center. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, center. Exhale, take the tail high, heel toe the feet in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, final round. Exhale, micro back. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the fingertips, heel toe the feet out wide. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Exhale, malasana. Inhale, one last center. Exhale, plant the fingertips, take the tail high, take a ragdoll fold here. Let the body hang. Maybe take the blocks under the hands. When you feel ready, plant the hands, step it back. Down dog, paddle it out, move it around. Maybe shake the head loose, maybe soften the jaw, let the brow get soft. Not being critical of ourselves, not being comparative of our practice, but coming back to our breath. On the bottom of your breath, inhale the right leg high, kicking it up towards the sky, using the glute. One more inhale here. On the exhale, we go for a low lunge. Now we may come high on the toes and be able to step that foot forward. If that's not in our practice, plant the back knee, swing the right foot up and forward. Hands on either side of the foot, tuck the back toes under. We'll bring those blocks on either side. Let's have them ready. Tucking the back toes under, we lift that back knee strong, take the gaze forward. Front knee over ankle, square the hips, nice long neck here. Squeeze the glutes, trust in this lunge. One more full breath. The bottom of the breath, inhale, reach the right arm high. Find a little twist here. With one more inhale, reaching a little higher. And the exhale, plant the hand back on the block, lower the back knee. If this is too much for the back knee, bring a blanket under that left knee, square the hips, inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. As we get here, check on yourself. A lot of times, all of our weight comes onto this left leg. It's a little easier. Challenge yourself. Try to have even weight in both legs. Square the hips. You can tuck the toes under.
I have a question. How
Yeah.
do you fold forward if you're a little bit full figured? Like, is it like a lot of times I can't reach it?
So at this point, then take your leg out a little wider.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Make
okay.
room.
Oh, so
Because I too have
you go on
a
the
lot. Yeah, exactly. So then you're here, and that leg's just, that stance is just a little wider. Find it for your frame. Perfect. So finding this here, hands come high, everything back to center. Breathe. Taking the hands to the hips, inhale, get a little bit taller. Exhale, begin to press the body forward. Lunging forward. Now this may be very intense. If that's the case, hands onto the blocks, rest onto the thigh. You can let the head hang heavy, just breathe. If you want something a little more spicy, we draw the shoulders in line with the hips, then guide everything down. That's gonna put a lot more weight, a lot more pressure here. Wherever you are, breathe. Breathing into that hip flexor, we have the iliac, we have the psoas. These are big, heavy hitters here. One more breath all the way to the top. Sigh it out if you feel something. Inhale, take the hips back, drag that right heel. Flexing into that right foot, we want to try to keep the hips square. Hands stay on the blocks, neck stays long, spine stays long. So we may be all the way up here if this is intense. Trying to keep the spine stacked, you angle only as far forward it feels good. Leading with the heart. If you want a little bit more here, you can lean the heart forward. If you want even more, you can then find rounding in the spine. We find that last because this isn't a race to get the third eye down to the mat. It's about finding the breath and believing in the body. Rock that right foot back and forth. Flexing into the foot, pointing the toes, maybe rounding those toes, pressing them down to the mat. 2 more breaths. On the bottom of that breath, we're going to find a flow here. Inhale, reach the hands forward, press the hips forward. Exhale, reach the hands back, drag the right heel, half splits. Inhale, press it forward, lunge it forward. Exhale, hands reach back, pull it back. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, reach back. Inhaling back to center, hands on the hips, hands on the inside of the right foot. Walk the right foot out to the edge. Starting to inch the body forward, extend the left leg long, take it off the kneecap, coming into a runner's lunge. This may be very intense, which we may want blocks under the hands. Taking off a little bit of that pressure. As we get here, we can take the pinky edge of the right foot to the mat. You can rock it from side to side. You can settle into stillness. Take 2 breaths, however your body needs. Sometimes when my body's cranky, I need that little bit of movement. We think about rocking ourselves back and forth just like we'd coddle a loved one or a child. We need it. We deserve it. In the bottom of that final breath, return the right foot flat to the mat. Keeping the blocks under the hands, maybe take it a step higher. We're going to tuck the back toes under if it's in your practice. Lift that left leg strong. You got it. 1 big inhale. On the exhale, maybe remove the block. See if we can step it back. Down dog. Remove 1 block at a time if we need. Paddle it out when you get here. Notice the difference between the 2 sides. Breathe into the body. Sigh it out if we need. Inhale, left leg high. As high as you want to take it. Try to square those hips. Inhale, kick a little higher. On the exhale, find a low lunge. Now we may step it through. We may drop down that back knee first, then swing it around. Hands under blocks, shoulders are long. Again, if we want to take that left foot wider, listen to your body, make space for yourself. tucking the right toes under. Lift the right leg strong. Engage here. Front knee over ankle, square the hips. Where's your breath? In the bottom of that exhale, inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky, revolving. One more inhale here, a little bit taller, reach it up, trust yourself. Exhale, return the hand to the block, lower the right knee. Again, blanket under that knee if it's feeling spicy. Inhale, take the hands high. On the exhale, hands to the hips. Notice where we're at. Have we shifted all the weight onto the right leg? Pressing the body forward, even weight in both legs. That might mean we have to squeeze the glutes. Hands come high, let's just breathe. One more inhale. And the exhale, hands to the hips or onto the blocks. Begin to lunge forward. Now this side may be way more intense, and that's okay. Take the hands under the blocks. Let it really support the weight. Really dump the body onto that thigh. But if you want a little bit more here, you can start to guide the shoulders up. Maybe start in line with the hips and then lunge forward. This will be our most intense. You don't have to push yourself. Find your breath. If we have lower back pain, if we have pain in the sacrum, the sciatica is bothering us, this is where we need to breathe the deepest. One more full breath, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. As we guide the hips back, flex that left foot, drag that left heel, keep the blocks under hand. Squaring the hips here too, so we're not trying to shift all the weight back onto that right leg. We want to be intentional. Lengthening up, we may need to start here and then slowly lunge forward, but keep the spine long. We can lead the heart a little closer on every exhale. If that really feels good, you can then find a full surrender into that half splits. We're not forcing, we're only suggesting. Rock that foot back and forth. Flex the foot round, the toes forward. Thank these feet, thank the ankles, thank the hamstrings. Thank that line of fascia that runs all the way from the base of the heel around up to the top, the base of the skull. One more full breath here. Find our flow. Inhale, hands forward, lunge it forward. Exhale, hands back, half splits. Inhale, press it forward, lunge it forward. Exhale, half split. Inhale, reach and lunge. Exhale, lower, let go. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, returning here to center. Placing both hands on the inside of the foot, maybe onto blocks. Left foot comes out as we start to lunge it forward, sending that right leg long. Lengthening in the spine here first, deciding if we want to take the pinky edge of the left foot onto the mat. Bring the sole of the foot, we could rock it back and forth. You could find stillness, find a surrender. There's no wrong way to do it. But close the eyes. Bring in generous, kind breath. Breath that is loving, not resentful. Two more breaths, however you need them. As we return the body back into center, returning the right foot flat, we can take blocks under the hands. As we tuck the back toes under, if it's in your practice, engage the right leg strong, coming back to that lunge. As you step it back into a down dog, you can remove one block at a time. Paddle it out when you get here. Shake the head loose, wiggle the jaw, soften the brow. Breathe. So we drop down to the knees, nice and slow, making our way into that tabletop. Again, if the kneecaps need a little extra love, offer that blanket underneath. Inhale, right arm high, up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. We're gonna keep it active. Inhale, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm reach. Exhale, thread the needle. This time surrender, reach as far as you can. Lowering down, we can always take a block under the head, blanket under the head. Left arm can be in front of the face. You can press into it if you choose. You can reach that left arm high. You bring it back around the small of the back. Honor what feels good to you. Wherever you are, breathe deep. Inhaling to expand and exhaling to release. 2 more breaths here. The bottom of that breath, return the left hand in front of the face, press into the left hand. Inhale, right arm high, unwind. Exhale, plant the hands below the shoulders, roll through the shoulders. Exaggerate these movements, keep the neck nice and long, switch directions. Coming back into center, core stays strong for this dynamic movement. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, hover or thread the needle. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, thread the needle, reach as far as you can, then find. Left hand face to the top of the mat, around the small of the back. There's no wrong way to listen to your body. Breathe. One more full breath here. Inhaling to expand the ribs. Exhaling to soften into the twist. Right hand comes back in front of the face, bottom of the breath. Inhale, left arm high, reach it up. Exhale, tabletop, roll through the shoulders. As we bring both blocks to the top of our mat, preparing to frame our face, we're going to lower down onto the belly. Coming down onto the belly, legs at a comfortable distance. As these blocks frame the face, we're going to take the back of the bicep, that tricep, there onto the block. Palms come to touch. Wherever you are, inhale to lift the gaze up, lift the chin high. Exhale, surrender the third eye. Resting the head down. Hands can stay touching above the head. You could guide the thumbs to the base of the neck. You could stack the hands at the base of the neck. Let the weight of the forearms press the head down. Asking for a surrender from the neck and shoulders. You can even use your hands to massage your own shoulders. Massage your own neck. Most importantly here, breathe. Two more slow breaths. So we gently release the hands, remove the blocks, drape the hands down by the sides, left ear onto the mat, or you can take the left ear onto the block. As we round the shoulders forward, making space between the shoulder blades, rock the hips from side to side. Bringing the hips to center, take the opposite ear onto the mat, bend into both knees, roll out the ankles, scrunch and flex the feet. As the soles of the feet face the ceiling, lightly flex both feet and windshield wiper the legs. Allow them to fall from side to side. Let that energy help rearrange the sacrum, the lumbar. As everything comes back to neutral, lowering the feet down to the mat, take the hands below the shoulders. Tucking the elbows in, press the mat away, come to a seal pose. Extend the arms as far as feels good. If this is too much, stay down onto the forearms. Extending if it feels good, drawing the shoulder blades down, ears away from the shoulders. Shimmy the shoulders. Shimmy the spine, loosen up. So we take one more breath here. Letting our exhale guide ourselves back, child's pose. Grounding back down, come back to your Ujjayi breath. Two more breaths here. The bottom of that breath, gently come up. Make your way up towards the top of your mat, shifting over onto the sit bones. We want our blocks within reach. More importantly, though, we want our strap within reach. So as we prepare to lie flat on the back, we hook the hands behind the knees, draw the shoulders down and back. Inhaling to lift the heart up. Exhaling to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Slightly tucking the chin, draw the shoulder blades down the spine, walk the feet up close to the glutes. Grounding down here, palms can be on the belly, hands can be down by the sides. We could cactus arms, shake the head from side to side. Maybe slowly all the way from one ear onto the other. As we return to neutral, we take our strap in hand. We're gonna want it a little bit longer than shoulder distance. I like to really wrap it around my palms, so that way I'm not really having to hold on tight with my fingers. Taking that strap, bring it over the knees, bringing the knees in towards the ribs. So have that strap over the shins, guiding the shins in toward the belly. Check in with the backside body. Let the head rest heavy, shoulder blades down, tailbone grounded. Using the strap, keeping the shoulders soft, rock the knees back and forth. Following your breath, inhaling every time you lower the knees down towards the bottom of the mat. Exhale as you pull the knees in towards the belly. Help it exhaust the breath. Lowering to inhale and fill, exhaling to truly remove the wind. Being mindful and intentional with each movement. As we then turn these movements into circles, use the strap to guide the knees as far in every direction that feels good. And that's listening to your body. So switch directions when you feel you need. Stay in one area if your body craves it. Bringing in one more breath, completing that breath however you want to be. So everything comes back to neutral. Hook both feet under the strap. Send both feet up to the ceiling. Feet can be together, hip distance apart. Take that strap under the ball mount of the feet. As we try to stack the ankles with the hips, micro bend in the knees if the hamstrings are feeling it. Flex into both feet as we pull directly down on the strap. Open the calves. Breathing deep. You can keep that flexation of the feet, or you can soften the feet as we bring in nice big inhale here. This is essentially a half lift. Then we're going to exhale, pull those feet in towards the body. Find that forward fold. Stay with your breath. Inhale, feet stack with hips, half lift. Exhale, pull the feet in, forward fold. Inhale, stack. Exhale, pull in. One more inhale, bring it back into center. As we use the strap, treat the feet as one unit. Draw circles with the feet. Guide the feet around, maybe starting in small circles and gradually getting larger. You can exaggerate these movements. Again, if there's one area of the glute that really needs this body weight massage, please sit with it, breathe with it. Really helps bring in that blood flow. Break up that lactic acid, stimulates the fascia. So many benefits to this. Switching directions if you haven't already. As things return back to center, we're going to slowly release that left foot back down to the mat. We can keep that left foot planted if that feels best. If your body allows, send the left leg long. Having that strap directly below the ball mount of the foot, anchoring down in that left leg wherever it is, ankle stacked over hip, flex the foot, pull directly down, open that up. Finding our breath here, this is a supine warrior 3. Breathe. On the bottom of your next breath, inhale to engage a little more. Soften the foot if you need. As you exhale, pull that right foot in towards the face. This mimics the standing splits. This is our half splits. Inhale, foot to center. Exhale, pull the foot in. And rock it back and forth. Maybe you don't want to pair it with the breath. There's no wrong way to do it. Stay rocking back and forth, easing into this body, appreciating. As the foot then comes back into center, we're going to take the strap with the right hand. Both straps in the right, both ends of the strap in the right hand. As we inhale the foot to center, on the exhale, guide the foot out to the right, opening. This is our Eka Pada Padangusthasana, our standing finger to big toe. Opening this up, rock it back and forth if that feels good. One more full breath all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. Inhaling the foot to center, switch the hands with the strap, gather into the left hand. Exhale, guide the foot over to the left, keeping the shoulders planted. Opening that up, rock the foot back and forth if you choose. Stillness may be what you crave. If you want a little bit more for the psoas, notice the right glute and press it down to the base of the mat. Open that side body. Offer 2 breaths here. Side out if we find stop. Bottom of that breath, inhaling the foot to center. As you exhale, bend deep into the knee. Take the knee to the outside of the ribs, out to the right. So here we are finding that runner's lunge, right foot out to the side, pull down as far as feels good. You can stay grounding in that left leg. If you want even more here, you can squeeze into that left glute. Really open the front of that hip. 2 more breaths. Bottom of that breath, inhale, kick that right foot high. As you exhale, slowly lower it down to the mat. Right foot plants, left leg sends long. Windshield wiper just the right knee. Let that right knee flop from side to side. And finding a supine tree, sole of the foot comes into the inner thigh, right knee falls out wide. Breathe. The bottom of that breath, send the right leg long. Flop both feet from side to side. Gathering both feet up towards the glutes, taking the strap over the left foot, under the left foot, I should say, setting that left leg up to the ceiling. Again, strap directly under the ball mount of the foot. You can leave that right foot planted, or if it feels good, send the right leg long. Flexing hard into that left foot, pulling directly down onto the strap. Keep the head and shoulders soft. You can keep the foot flexed or relax it. One big inhale here, supine warrior 3. Exhale, pull the foot in, find that half split. Inhale, foot to center. Exhale, pull it in, but then find a more natural rock. Soften the edges of it, round the corners. Find your flow in this. Flowing does not necessarily mean we mechanically pair the movement to the breath. It means we bring intention into fluidity into our movements. One more full breath here. As things comes back to center, both sides of the strap gather into the left hand. Inhale here. Exhale, leg goes out to the left. Open that up. Again, this is a supine version of our Ekapada Padangusthasana. Grounding down in that left leg, that right leg, wherever it is. Rock it around if you need. One more breath. Inhale, leg comes back up to center. Switch the hands. Exhale, foot guides over to the right. Shoulders remain anchored. We could rock up and down, back and forth with that leg, but notice that left glute. Track it down. Making space between the ribs and the hip. Offer 2 breaths. Inhale, bring that leg back into center. Exhale, pull on down on the strap. Pull that left, bend into the left knee outside of the ribs. Finding our supine runner's lunge, let that strap pull the foot down, anchor down in that right leg. Maybe squeeze the right glute if you want a little more. Bringing in one more full breath, inhalation to the top. Maybe take an extra sip at the top. Soft sigh to let it go. Inhaling the foot tall. Exhale, slowly release the foot down to the mat. Windshield wiper the single knee. Rocking it from side to side. Rearrange that energy. Letting the left knee fall out wide, foot comes in to meet the inner thigh. Surrender completely here for 2 breaths. Let the head get heavier, the glutes get soft, feet flop. Bottom of that final breath. Send the left leg long, windshield wiper, both feet. As we drag the feet up close to the glutes, in line with the glutes, preparing for a supported bridge. Offering one block, maybe two. We're going to utilize the largest, flattest side. When you're ready, we inhale to lift the hips, slide that block directly under the sacrum, that flat spot at the base of the spine. Think of it like the back of the hips. You'll know it when you find it. Resting here, maybe you want a little bit more, maybe you want to stack a second block or add a blanket. As the shoulders draw away from the ears, feet can stay in line with the glutes. You let the knees fall out wide and the soles of the feet to touch. You could do the opposite, feet out wide, knees into touch. You could send the legs long if you choose. You could cactus the arms, reach them up overhead, wherever you want to be. Breathe. We've intentionally done a lot to open this front side body, the front of the hips. This is not easy stuff. Oftentimes it'll bring up feelings, maybe of frustration, maybe annoyance, maybe sadness. But allowing yourself to feel the feeling, not judging yourself for having it. Breathe into it for 3 more of the slowest breaths that you can find. In the very bottom of that breath, bring the feet up close to the glutes, feet in line with the glutes. Now, if you feel steady on your blocks, if you feel secure here, join me in lifting the feet off of the mat. You can hover the knees over the hips. If that feels good, you can send the feet up to the ceiling, supported shoulder stand, roll out the ankles, move around the feet. You could take the legs out wide. You could leave the knees bent. There's no wrong way to do it. Give yourself one breath. Slowly lower the feet down to the mat. Feet in line with the hips. Find yourself steady and strong. Inhale, lift the hips. Remove the blocks. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. As the glutes lower down, maybe notice the lower lumbar. See if it's laying a little bit more flat or evenly on the mat. As we windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Coming back into neutral, feet into neutral, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Flexing hard into both feet, tracking that right knee down, finding this supine pigeon. This figure 4 shape, we are going to treat the legs as one unit. Rock from side to side, find a windshield wiper motion. Take as far as feels good to either side, maybe settle into stillness. One more breath wherever you want to be. As everything comes back into center, switch the legs. Right foot plants, left foot crosses, flex both feet. Press down on that left knee, so actively guide that left knee open. Treating the legs as one, rock from side to side. One more breath, movement or stillness. And as you return to center, take any final movements your body is craving. Any final thing that your body is needing as we prepare for our final Shavasana. Not rushing into it, but offer yourself whatever you need. We ask the body to tell us. When you feel settled, when you feel centered, offering yourself your favorite version of your final Shavasana. Maybe support under the legs, maybe finding a Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe a blanket over the body. As you notice the energy distributed throughout the body. Noticing anything still feeling a little heavy, sticky, crunchy. As we use the breath like a vacuum, inhale to gather all of that energy up. And exhale to dump it out. Letting the full weight of the head get a little heavier. Ask the shoulders to rest. Arms relax. Glutes and hips melt. Allowing the legs to flop. Let gravity wash over you from the feet up to the crown. As we surrender the doing and just be here. Slowly begin to fill the lungs with breath. Welcoming awareness to the fingers, the toes, the wrists, and the ankles. When it feels good, reach the arms overhead like a new morning stretch. Point the toes, maybe arch the back. You roll on to your right side in a supported fetal position. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Thanking yourself for showing up today. Use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Find a place where we can share a single breath together. As the hands come to heart center, let us exhale completely. Together we pull in a slow, deep, mindful inhale all the way to the top. Take in a little bit more. Find one more sip. Then let it go. May your entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you all so much for coming this morning.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you.